This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. The health minister is talking mental health following the suicide of a juvenile male on Sunday. Dr. Sands told reporters outside cabinet that he doesn't think Bahamians take mental health serious enough.
I think we trivialize the challenges of mental health. It is very real. Depression is very real. And suicide is increasing around the world, including the Bahamas, perhaps. And I say it that way because when we look at our numbers have been low year after year after year. So to determine whether or not the number of suicides that we've had, let's say, in the last 6 months is statistically significantly different than the norm requires a statistical review. To just say, well, we had 2 last year and we have 3 this year, or whatever the numbers are, statistically may be an invalid assessment.
Despite this, Dr. Sands stressed that mental illness is a stress in the Bahamas, even though at times it's dismissed. The unfortunate reality, he said, is that persons are ashamed to seek help with mental illnesses.
If people were to break a leg, if people were to get cancer, if people were to get high blood pressure or diabetes, there's a tremendous outpouring of support and concern. But if you suffer from a major mental illness, then oftentimes you're greeted with scorn, ridicule, contempt, and embarrassment. Many people are ashamed even to go to the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center. And that is a very unfortunate reality because many of these problems can be controlled, if not completely eliminated.
The conversation on mental illness, he said, should be a national conversation, and signs displayed by individuals should not easily be dismissed. 2 separate police-involved shootings in less than 24 hours, the latest shortly before 1 p.m. this afternoon at John Road, Blue Hill Road. Police say a man was taken to hospital with injuries, just 17 hours before. Shortly before 8 Tuesday night, police and occupants of a blue Honda vehicle engaged in a chase and shootout. According to police, officers were on patrol in the southeastern part of New Providence when they observed 2 men in the vehicle. The men, upon seeing officers, began acting suspicious, and the driver sped off. The officers pursued the vehicle, which came to a stop in the Freeman subdivision. The male passenger exited the vehicle armed with a firearm and discharged in the direction of the officers. The officers, being in fear for their lives, fired their service weapons in the direction of the man, injuring him. Paramedics transported the injured man to hospital, where he is presently listed in critical condition. No one else was injured during this incident. A 9mm pistol and a quantity of dangerous drugs were recovered on scene. Investigations are ongoing into both matters. Police are appealing to Grand Bahama residents to come forward with any information they have regarding the discovery of a body found in a vehicle on East Beach Drive. Police say it was shortly after 8 a.m. when they were called to a business establishment in the area where the body of a female with stab wounds was discovered in the trunk of a vehicle. Emergency medical personnel were called to the scene and reported no signs of life. Police has since took into custody a 20-year-old male family member who's assisting with the investigation. And our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.